Wrestling fans, thanks for clicking today's Reddit Rose report. Let's see what kind of silliness went on. Oh, by the way, before I forget, happy death day to Chris Benoit today. He would have been about 46 years old. Yep, I said it. Hey, Triple H has been high on Curtis Axel, whatever you want to call him, Michael McGillicuddy, Joe Henning, it doesn't matter. Anyway, he's been high on him for a long time now. It appears to be he's the one behind Axel's current push, but the way Axel was booked on Raw last night kind of left some people wondering, because he did a pretty good job, but it's kind of odd. Anyway, Axel's other big supporter is The Rock, believe it or not. The Rock and Axel, they trained together to prepare Rock for the recent pay-per-views that he did. WWE is very serious about preventing concussions right now due to part about Dolph Ziggler's concussion. And Talent and Extreme Rules were told to be very careful and stay away from the opponent's head. Apparently some people didn't get the message there. And for those wondering, Triple H is fine. It's an angle at the end of last night's Raw and the beginning of what appears to be a concussion storyline. So the idea right now is for the McMahon family will be brought into the storyline eventually. Triple H is likely to be off TV for a while, and when he returns, Stephanie and Vince will try and talk him out of ever wrestling again. Don't know if that's going to really happen, but anyway, Extreme Rules on Sunday. McMahon was telling people that he had something very big planned for Raw, and apparently the Triple H angle was what it was. WWE announced that Kofi Kingston will get his U.S. title rematch on this Friday's SmackDown against Ambrose. After Monday's episode of Raw went off the air, trainers continued to check on Triple H, ask him if he remembered anything from the match. He said he did remember his entrance. Trainers asked if he knew what day it was. He said 3. No. He said he didn't really reply anything. Anyway, they then picked up Triple H, escorted him to the back area. Paul Heyman, Axel left after the ring. Once the trainers had started checking on Triple H, they'd already left. After Triple H made his way to the back, John Cena teamed with Alberto to face Ryback and Swagger. Cena got the pin on Swagger to win the match. I don't know if you noticed it or not. It's kind of funny. I can't help it, but during the match with Sheamus on Raw last night, old Titus O'Neil dropped the F-bomb, which was caught by the censors right in time. They were on it this time. Mick Foley posted the following about the incident. He says, I guess that Vince McMahon's post-match chat with Titus O'Neil will be a memorable one. I bet so too, but if you didn't see it, man, the camera switched right over to Titus's face right when he said it too. Oh, that stuff's funny. Anyway, Mark Henry, he may be returning as a babyface. As Extreme Rules post-show, Henry left the trainer's room and said he was going home. And there's been some talk for months about turning Henry face. And Sunday's pay-per-view, Vince McMahon was very secretive to even the WWE producers about where he wanted to go with the Ryback versus Cena angle. And the reason he's probably very secretive about it is, hell, he didn't know. We'll find out. He'll tell us later when he finds out. After it appears Brock was written off of TV for the time being anyway, Paul Heyman noted on Raw last night Lesnar's fulfillment of his obligations to WWE, and Lesnar's expected to be back, though, in time for SummerSlam, but so he's not done. Talk about being done. Batista's heading to London for about 5 months to work on Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which seemed like that'd be a good movie for him. Or any old Gladiator movies or something. I don't know. He probably could have made a good Hercules if he could act. I don't know whether he can act or not. Never proved it to me. WWE cameras were rolling at St. Cardinals baseball game over the weekend when the Bella Twins appeared with Mick Foley. The footage is going to be airing on E's Total Diva show later this year. Now, just for those wondering why The Rock just won't wrestle. I mean, don't stay wrestling all the time. You can make some big money. Well, The Rock's 2013 movies So far, have done, as of this past weekend, G.I. Joe Retaliation has done about $120 million, Pain and Gain $46 million, Snitch $42 million. I haven't seen all the Pain and Gain yet. Snitch was okay. Tonight's WWE taping is going to be taking place at Century Center, Omaha, Nebraska. Confirmed for the main event is Sin Cara taking on Wade Barrett for Intercontinental title. Set for SmackDown taping is Kofi Kingston taking on Ambrose for the U.S. title. And Cena granted a wish last night at Raw from Kansas City. Cena met with a wish kid, Josh Johnson, who suffers from brittle bone syndrome. Josh ended up meeting several WWE stars at Raw. You know, I love it when they do stuff for kids like that, but I just hate it that stuff like that happens to kids because, man, I mean, life is hard enough. Making a living, just surviving is hard enough, and to have things like that that's just set you. I don't know. I just hate that. But I don't know. I guess it happens for a reason. Not sure. This happens for a reason too. WWE legend George the Animal Steele is going to be signing copies of his new autobiography at these times. I'm going to make a note of it. Go ahead. Starts June 8th. Barnes & Noble's East Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida. And then he's going to be heading over to Marriott Island in Florida. Barnes & Noble on June 16th. 19th, Bookends, East Ridge Avenue in Ridgewood, New Jersey. All these are at Barnes & Noble, by the way. They're all 7 o'clock, too. Just about all of them. 20th, U.S. Highway 9, Freehold, New Jersey. 21st, Springfield, New Jersey. 15th, Ann Arbor, Michigan. 17th, Royal Oak, Michigan. 19th, Grand Rapids, Michigan. 20th, John R. Road, Troy, Michigan. 25th, looks like Colonial Center, Albany, New York. And 26th, Erie Boulevard, DeWitt, New York. Never heard of that. Hey, WWE is going to be returning to Kansas City, Missouri on October 14th. Pre-sale password, if you want to get a little closer seats maybe, is Raw TV. TMZ reported that the family of Randy Savage gathered at the Olive Garden in Florida, one of Savage's visits. He used to visit most often. Anyway, yesterday marks the 2-year anniversary of Randy Savage's death. Lanny Poffo told TMZ, I have to be strong for my family now. I'm just glad to have had him as a brother and want to celebrate his life as much as I can instead of continuing to mourn. Let him go into WWE on his own. The family can follow. Work out a deal. You can work it out. Don't have to all go in at once. Just do it. Man. Anyway, former WWE NXT diva Anya is now taking bookings at Anya blog at ymail.com. She noted she's still interested in wrestling, but she's currently dealing with a broken arm. I don't know why I laughed at that, but I shouldn't. As noted, Jerry Lawler, he's going to be returning to the ring for an 8-person mixed tag team match at Dory Funk's Bang TV taping this Saturday night down in Florida. And Lawler is going to be also awarded the Fighting Heart Award, which didn't know there was one. Mick Foley noted on Twitter that his new kids book featuring Kane and Daniel Bryan comes out in April 2014 and will be entitled Hug It Out. Foley mentioned that he's going to be having a Kickstarter program this summer for his I Am Santa documentary. Rey Mysterio, he's been visiting Dr. James Andrews down in Florida, and today he's looking to return to the ring in late August. Mysterio tweeted, "Great news today with Dr. Andrews revisited on the 19th of June. I got to revisit on the 19th of June for a minor procedure and still trying to get back into the ring by late August. And you know, one thing I would never ever want to see is Rey Mysterio in wrestling tights short and have his knees exposed. His exposed knees have got to look like a road map with all the surgeries and stuff. But that's probably why he wears his long pants. And he may like it. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.